Welcome once again to our tutorial in grammar. Today we are going to discuss effective modification. Now just exactly what do we mean by effective modification? It is the proper use of modifiers to make our sentences clearer and more specific. Now there are three things that you should remember when you are using modifiers. The first thing that you should remember is this: avoid squinting modifier. What is a squinting modifier? A squinting modifier is a modifier that is so placed between two words such that it modifies either of the two words. Here is an example. The rape victim was seen usually roaming around the oval. The adverb usually appears to modify the verb seen and roaming. So there are two possible interpretations of the sentence. To make the sentence more specific, we have to see to it that the adverb usually should modify only one verb. So here is the first possibility. The rape victim was usually seen roaming around the oval. Or it can also be the rape victim was seen roaming usually around the oval. Now, which of the two ideas you really want to project? Well, it's up to you. So if you want to project the first sentence, then the rape victim was usually seen roaming around the oval. Here is another example of a case of a squinting modifier. All the players in our team are fit physically as usual. Physically either modifies fit or as usual. To make the sentence clearer, we can have it this way: all the players in our team are physically fit as usual. Para sa ganun, yung fit lang ang mamomodify. Kasi kung pinagtabi mo itong physically dun sa fit at as usual, i-modify niya yung dalawa. So avoid squinting modifiers. Another one is avoid the use of misplaced modifiers. Ang mga misplaced modifiers these are actually modifiers that are placed too far away from the word that they modify so that the sentence conveys another meaning. Take a look at this example here. Our department store sells ladies' old shoes. Old accidentally modifies shoes so that what is being sold are old shoes. Now, the correct sentence should have been our department store sells old ladies shoes. Old should modify ladies. Na-misplace siya kasi. Now, take a look at the next example here at tignan natin kung anong epekto ng misplaced modifier na ito. Mrs. Garcia peels the potatoes wearing black apron. Sino ba ang wearing black apron? Yung mga patatas ang lumalabas dito. So that is actually ridiculous. So to correct the sentence, you can have it this way: wearing black apron, Mrs. Garcia peels the potatoes. Wearing black apron should now be placed very close to the word it should really modify. Now, in the next example, 3 men rob the Golden Bank disguised as nuns. Yung bangko nag-disguise na madre, which is actually impossible. The correct sentence should be disguised as nuns, 3 men rob the Golden Bank. Magkalapit na yung disguised as nuns doon sa talagang imomodify niya, the 3 men. Okay? Now, pangatlo, avoid dangling modifiers. What are dangling modifiers? These are modifiers that do not modify anything. In other words, wala silang minomodify. Look at this sentence here. Walking down the busy thoroughfares, an accident befell on old Berto. Of course, it is impossible that the accident is the one walking. So in this case, the modifier does not modify anything at all. Kaya bigyan natin siya ng i-modify niya. So the correct sentence now would be this way. Now take a look at this one. Walking down the busy thoroughfare, old Berto met an accident. Who met an accident? Old Berto. And who is walking? Si old Berto. Okay? Here is another example. Riding on a plane, the vast Pacific Ocean came into view. Well, it is impossible that the Pacific Ocean is the one riding on a plane. Walang i-modify yung riding on a plane. So, we will have to provide a noun that is to be modified by riding on a plane. So, we have here the correct sentence. Riding on a private plane, the oceanographers saw the vast Pacific Ocean. Sino yung nakasakay sa aeroplano? The oceanographers. This time, meron na siyang i-modify. So, you have to avoid dangling modifiers. So, to sum it up, ito yung mga dapat nating iwasan. Number 1, squinting modifiers. Number 2, misplaced modifiers. Number 3, dangling modifiers. Okay, now, let me test your understanding regarding the lesson. Gusto ko i-improve ninyo the following sentences. You can send your answer to the comments section. Okay, here is the first sentence. Deprived of their liberties, President Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves. Number 2, I examined the specimens using the microscope. Number 3, Johnny is heard always boasting of his dozens of medals. And number 4, the patient is weak as expected physically. The 4 sentences have errors, so improve the sentences. Okay, we have another lesson to deal with na abangan sa susunod kung ano yung parallel structure. That is what you're going to learn para sa ganun ay magiging magaling kayong mga writers. Okay, thank you very much.